But they do that thing where they sort of clip you around the back of the head. They don't really sort of hit you, but they just clip you with enough, like, bottom of their hand or side of their fingers or something, and they hit a certain spot every time on the back of your head, and they're just like, and it, fuck, my God! It hurts more than being, like, punched in the head. I don't know how they do it. It's a form of mum kung fu, yeah? And they do it because that's the way they get away with actually beating you without actually causing damage or actually saying, I didn't really hit him, I just tapped him, you know? But that tap, it really hurts. And like I say, it's usually at the back of the head. I think they know of a nerve or something that most doctors aren't aware of, and they just manage to target it like the fucking Terminator, and they like, clean room! And you're like, Jesus Christ! And you sort of lose consciousness for like 2 seconds when she hits it. And then she's like, why aren't you paying attention? And you've just been like, nerve struck by Master Wuxi over here. But that kid, I assume he peed all over the toilet seat. He didn't lift the toilet seat up. And I agree, like, if there are ladies in the house, men should lift the toilet seat up. But what is stopping a woman from putting the toilet seat up for us? Because there's men in the house, you know? We've got to think of each other here. It's 2017, yo.
Mom? What? 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 What do you have to say? Come in. Come in. Come on. What do you have to say? Oh, really? Really? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Crazy? That's the word you have for me? Because I can't control it. The neighbors want to hear me. I've talked to the neighbors. They don't close the window. I love you, neighbors! They love me. I sing for them. They come to the window and I sing for them.
What was he wearing? Like, what was the get-up there? Like, I understand, like, his mum being sort of confused there, because I'm, like, confused. Like, that was a strange one. I wonder what he was actually streaming. Like, let me know if you guys know that Twitch streamer and what he actually does. I'm really intrigued. I don't agree with hitting, like, kids. I don't feel it gets anywhere, you know? If you go up to a kid and, like, don't do that again. Like, they're not even remembering what they've done wrong. They're just thinking, wow, I can't do that again because I'm going to get hit. It's like scaring them into not doing something. I remember I had a habit of always treading on the back of my mum's shoes. You know, like when you go to give someone like a flat tire, you do like the flat tire prank where you step on the back of their shoe and their foot comes out of the shoe and you're like, ha, flat tire! Like, I would do that, not on purpose, but because, you know, I'm much taller than my mum and my footing is a lot more wider spaced when I'm walking. If I ever walked behind her, I would take bigger steps and eventually I would end up treading on her shoe. I did it for like ages, and I remember one day I did it again by accident and I said sorry, and I don't know how old I was quite young. She just turned around, smacked me like right across the head. And like, I was so annoyed at that. Like, no one wants to be like battered across the head. And I think that was the moment where I sort of said, when I have kids, I'm never gonna hit them. Like, this is deeply unpleasant. If anything, I wanted to just tread on the back of her fucking feet forever after that. It didn't make me not want to do it. You know, and it was an accident. But like that last one there, I don't know what she was being told off for, but like someone was clearly like trying to strike at her face. Like, parents, don't have fucking kids if you're gonna like beat them and slap them. Like, I hate seeing that shit.
games all day and all yesterday.
Such a bum thing to say. Kill 'em up. You know, not shoot 'em ups or first person shooters. None of the lingo. Just you be playing those kill 'em up games.
It's because our new favorite game. I don't like it. You know, I'm sorry, but you used to buy me Call of Duty. But you didn't play it. Yes, I did. I played it all the time.
Oh, come on, Mum. Now, if you're going to buy your son Call of Duty, which he's clearly too young for, then you can't really complain that he's into these games in the first place. You know, you got to check the shit out before you buy your kid Call of Duty.
It's just, why don't you play iPad and watch a movie? Because I don't want to watch a movie. Well, get off that. I can't. I'm in a little long game. Yep. Can you go so I can play it? You're not doing anything. I can play it. You can do it right now. Why do you want to hide from me? I'm not hiding. I'm playing the game. But you won't leave me alone. Then play it. Get out! I'm streaming! What does that mean? What does stream mean? I need to know. Yes, you do.
Okay, so this kid, like, blatantly does deserve to have it turned off and spoken to. Like, she's being so sweet. She's like, you've been on this all day. Like, come watch a movie with me or something. You know? She loves her boy, like, loads and just wants to hang out with him. And he's actually, like, kind of being rude about it. So this is a moment where it justifies, like, turning it off for a while. Man, you know, you can't talk to your parents like that. I remember once when the only time I ever did it, like, my mum, I was, like, playing on my drum set and stuff, which she would never let me play at all. I had to put, like, magazines on it so I could tap it. And I remember, like, she just came in and started yelling at me for something, like I hadn't done anything all day or whatnot. And she turned her back, and I remember just going like that, like, fuck you. And she turned round as I did that, and I was sort of sat there like like, oh shit. And she sort of did that. She does, you know, that mum look that mums do, where they don't quite drop everything they're doing, but they just sort of change their entire physical appearance with a look. They're just sort of like, and you know when you get that look, like you're fucked. that mum looked like you, and I just like, sorry, mum. She's like, yeah. You better be. And that was it. Like, Jesus Christ, I was lucky I didn't get the Hoover shoved up my ass. That's really interesting. It's kind of a two-sided coin. Some of the kids were disrespectful. Some of the mums and dads I feel take it a bit too far. But on the whole, it's wonderful when these things are caught on live stream. I wish I was actually in a live stream and caught something like this. Like, it'd be so much fun. Guys, thank you so much for recommending this video to me. Like, love, Chris, my channel. It's good to be back. And I will see you in the next video. Stay dazzling. How's it going, Dazzlers? Welcome back to Daz Games. Today I was just going to do like a normal gaming video. I had like a new horror game that I found. But last night I was just watching YouTube and I was watching Philip DeFranco, and as I always do, I always watch his videos. I've been a fan for years. And I just came across this video from last night. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to leave the description in the video below. And he was reporting on this family that were apparently being unkind to their kids, possibly mentally abusing them. After seeing the footage,